Welcome back to Prepper Boss. We have rather a unique video today. If you have a CPAP machine, you'll want to pay close attention. CPAP stands for continuous positive air pressure. Some of us have what's called sleep apnea, where we have a restricted airflow at night that causes us to not get deep REM sleep. If you have a CPAP, you might have experienced losing the mask at night and waking up, maybe a power outage, and that's what I want to talk about. What plans do you have to run your CPAP machine with no power? Stay tuned.
If you struggle with CPAP, you should check out Inspire.
Hi.
While I'm thinking about it, why don't you hit that subscribe button if you like what you've seen so far, and these ideas for a CPAP would be helpful for you. It would really help us out on the channel. Would really appreciate it. So I was sleeping soundly one night and was jarred awake by not being able to breathe because I had the CPAP mask on and our power went out. The CPAP plugs into the wall, uses regular alternating current from the household, and I couldn't sleep very well for the next several hours until daybreak broke. So I was looking for solutions, and since we do a lot of camping, there's times when we won't have electricity while we're out camping. So I looked at various battery packs and investigated how those would help by keeping the CPAP going if there was a power outage. There's several different brands out there, and they're really becoming highly technological these days. So you'll be able to find one at a pretty reasonable price. What I did was I researched several of these and figured out that I needed a battery pack that was about 300 watts. And so I found one called Balder, B-A-L-D-R, out of Southern California that was reasonably priced. This was a couple of years ago, and I got it for about $250 or $60. Now you're able to plug it right into this battery pack, but I tested it for several nights to see if it actually would hold up. And plugging it into the battery pack with the household current plug, I got about 3 hours of energy out of a fully charged 300 watt Balder battery pack. That's not going to cut it. So I recharged it, I did it again, and it was about 3.5 hours the next night. So upon further investigation, I discovered that there's an internal inverter in the battery pack that converts the 12 volt into 110 volts for your household plug. That uses significantly more energy. So I purchased a 12 volt plug, put it into the 12 volt port of the battery pack. Now this is specific for your brand of CPAP machine. So make sure you get the right one that's compatible. Plugged it into the CPAP machine, plugged it into the 12-volt port, the cigarette lighter type of plug, and it went for 8 hours of sleep on about 27% of the energy in the battery. So I thought, I've got something here. This could work, especially if we're out boondocking while we're camping in the trailer, or if the power goes out. I used it 2 more nights. It's 7 or 8 hours of sleep each night. And I recharged it when it had about 22 or 3% of the battery life left. So it was a go. But what do I do if I'm out camping? I can recharge it by plugging it into my truck cigarette lighter port while we're driving. But I figured I'd get a solar panel setup and try that out. I did that in about 3 hours. It charged the battery pack in full sun from about 23 to 100%. So I got my thing all set up, a battery pack, I think 110 watt solar panel, and the adapter cord that fits into the 12-volt port. So I'm good to go now if we go camping, if we boondock while we're camping, or if the power goes out anywhere. So if you're a CPAP user and you travel or you have power outages, give that some thought. Leave some comments below of your experience. Do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help this channel out. And we'll see you next time.